maybe okay.
Well, speaking of the Ricky, he doesn't have a Death Prophet to combo with, but this now means Marana Core. Marana Core, Slot Core, Beastmaster Core.
They had a silence though. I think they definitely needed a silence versus Morphling and Queen. And Riki kind of covers both of those bases as well as shoring up the mid lane. So it will be Quickfoot on Queen of Pain. So that is not what I expected, but I think Quickfoot is
Keizu.
Dire's bottom tower is under
that
attack.
would be a lot easier for them though if they had a kill rune on the Queen of Pain. And she got 4-minute bounty rune on top, the kill rune going in the way of Marana.
Ooh, Yabsor with the smoke screen. This could be the first blood right now. He wants to go for the kick, but it won't happen. Limp, an easy movement up, and he actually had the first blood rune, the double damage onto that Marana.
But this is about the time where you're worried.
Well, they see each other now. Z-Freak as well as Limp were trying to make a bit of a move through the south, but yep, there's Yabsor. Rolling balls himself forward, Swindles, slowed down, silenced up, the Firefly forward. They're going to get right on top of him, and Swindles, he will burn.
That is a very, very bad kill to give up because he is the highest level in the game right now. Swindles is level 7 right now, and they do Primal Roar.
Complexity realized also that movement, so instead, they rotate next to hero. Z-Freak TP'd himself up to the T1 tower on the top lane. Kessie's still walking around with 2.4k gold, and they haven't added any pressure really to this T1 tower. They're sitting at 531 for a lane, which has been pretty... Okay, mid lane, jumped in, Limp, Lasso, Sonic Wave, and Ice Blast. The Lasso holds him perfectly in position. And now it's 4-1, but they realized Hanska was going to be in the neighborhood, especially when Erika jumped to the replicant, and Hanska will go down too. The adaptive strike is thrown back over his shoulder to get the kill on Oracle. Get some good damage out. The other towers of Complexity aren't really being that heavily attacked, so Escape can't get a good trade-off from this.
Yeah, but because the Batrider TP top, they know that they don't have to worry about any sort of initiation until some time to come. They have to hoof it to the bottom.
Well, the Batrider's already here on the cover of smoke. The Ice Blast going to fly out, but Cinder is in trouble. Chessie attacking the arrow from Marana, able to connect. But now Chessie low on life. Hero jumps forward, but again, the saving grace from the Oracle is able to arrive. Chessie gets the big burst heal. Despite just splits up a little bit. Still 60 day timing up. Keizu jumps in, gets the Lasso over on Limp here on the back line. Roared up. Keizu dropping down very low. He will go down. The trade-off is also going to be with Era. Yabsor's on the run, but it's Complexity. They are the ones finding the kills. The Sonic Wave bursting through from Koipa, but nothing will stop Chessie from claiming his double kill. Turn on the Magnetize, but they'll all survive and escape and finally give a Complexity what they were looking for. A great team fight. One by one, they marched to their death.
Queen of Pain just had to come in a little bit too late. Like, these heroes were so low. Imagine if they had combined that with any other spells, even something as simple as a Morphling waveform.
Seemed to be really easy too for Hanskin. Like, he was never really in any kind of peril. We might see peril now as the Smoke and Moonlight Shadow. Cinder is going to be the first one isolated. If they can get rid of him nice and quick, you remove the Ice Blast from the field, so Hanskin can do whatever the hell he wants down the bottom lane. Keizu, well, he gets to the tree line, can't blink out just yet. He's got the Urn as well as the Orb on him, and now he'll just TP out. But this means the Complexity. No Ice Blast, no Batrider anywhere near the pit. It's a quick Roshan, but also Ricky Z-Freak getting caught out of position. So Complexity, they're going to have second thoughts about going for Roshan. The Necropooks were triggered, and at this point they might be able to succeed. The scans used by the Radiant side, it should now start to ping and flag red as Complexity. Here they come, Roshan low, he's at 1k live, they've almost finished the job. Here comes Complexity, arrow will fly forward and hits Koipa. He does have the Aegis ball, however. Hira trying to keep Swindles out, they use both the damage strike as well as the stun to hold him. Koipa lets the ulti blow, he triggers the Aegis to the Immortal. Necros are around him, Chessie will get in, and then the blink, they get back up, but it is far enough. No, not with Keizu being caught. They get the adaptive strike, so you will lose the slot. That's allowing Era to block the path with the Morphling, but Hanskin giving them a license to just keep on fighting. Era on the run, another kick, catching out too. Era needs more time. The Linkers is finally back off cooldown, he'll waveform up. Can he survive? He holds in the tree line. There's not enough mana for him to TP out. They don't realize he's in the trees. He'll start the TP. Swindles now, the axe will fly, but it's all a little too late. The extra TP out as well, coming from Koipa. They will get out of the pit.
3/4 of a second earlier, they likely could have killed Queen of Pain, killed Roach, and taken the Aegis, but they were just waiting for a couple of things. The TP mid, so they could smoke, came out a little bit late. Hanskin, I believe, was waiting for several ward coming from the chicken.
Keizu, they're prepping. There's your lead, and well, Keizu can't survive. Oh, no, yeah, he can't survive. The kick from Yamsol wasn't going to control up enough. And then, well, Z-Freak, he's coming back in. Did he actually think that was a real Synderen? Either way, it was a replicant. They're going to boulder, force stuff out. As he's still on the hunt under the cover of the Moonlight Shadow. Synderen, he's a little bit out of position here. Swindle's going to start with a raw Necrobox, and Synderen, he will evaporate his ice. Complexity finding some free kills across the map, and this will let them push with the Necrobox triggered. That tier 2 tower stays numbered. John, however, it'll just make them a little bit more cautious. Heroes having his fun up on the top lane, continuously pushing that one out. He does have a replicate, and in fact, Escape, they're in a position where they can try and contest it, and there's already the jump from Chessie. Going on Koifa, he'll blink away Keizu. Now with the last two, they're bringing Chessie in Tifa. They do have the vision with the Sentry Ward going down, as well as the gem. They can see Chessie until he goes to Shadow. It's a Sonic Wave! It hits huge! It hits 3! They turn the Magnetize as 12, and Synderen, well, he's old reliable. Down again, 3 for 1 is the trade-off. All up from Yamsor, but he's playing catch with his dad. He hits the arrow limb perfectly on Yamsor. Say goodbye to him. The only upside from this is the fact that Keizu was able to survive and he holds onto the gem for Escape. The downside is Escape practically lost everything.
Very good defensive toolkit versus Riki +1. So I think he just needs to keep on pushing, try and wear out this Aegis, but with a minute and a half left, Complexity
Keizu swindles, blink roll forward. It's going to be the gem lost for Escape. Detection is gone. Then again, no one is here who has an inventory slot to hold on to it.
And there's a refresher up on the Beastmaster.
Yep.
Swindles has the farm.
He's ready to go again. Hasn't triggered it just yet, but now the blink forward. Synderen so low. They get the Sonic Wave off the lip. He's protected. 3 heroes down for Escape. Complexity can just keep pushing. Hanscom, the perfect saving timing, so Complexity can just keep going. No big oldies up, and there's your blink refresher off. Era getting hit by the arrow too. They bring him down. Chessie is, however, still very, very low. The tower damage was actually killing him off. He has the Aegis Immortal, so he knows he's going to be okay. Z-Freak, however, okay, no, he's actually fine. Hanskin got rid of the Orchid effect, so Z-Freak was not going to pop from it. It was a nice play from Koifa, but better from Hanskin, who has just been every time there for his team.
This game really has nothing left at this point. Koifa will take a spill, and that's one buyback coming out for them.
This Ice Blast has to be huge. It's going to hit over on 3 heroes as Swindles. Very deep underneath the tier 4 towers. Once TPL won't be able to happen. And now they blink forward, finding Chessie. Complexity. There's some freebies coming the way right now of Escape. They still put the mid-racks point for Cops narrow in the face. Z-Freak jumps in, smoke screen up, and now they both get kicked. Sentry Wards are down, so they can see Z-Freak. He has to go into his ultimate, try and protect himself for the moment as this fight splits into multiple parts. Z-Freak has to go south where Yapsil's hunting him, but as Chessie who's dropping down low, the Orchid will help pop him. The gem recovered from Escape, and Complexity, they have just given a lifeline here to Escape. A get out jail free card.
He'll just pop BKB, Shadow Dance, boom.
4-man smoke maneuver right now from Complexity. They are heading down through the mid lane. They smoked well away from Escape's wards. And they, they're coming into the Radiant jungle. And who are they going to find? Keizu is the closest one. Moonlight Shadow's going to trigger as well, because Keizu doesn't care about that. He's got the gem. But they jump forward. They find Koifa. The Ice Blast connects over on 3. They need a little bit more damage. Oh, the last 2! Keizu, we got a neutral! Era! Oh boy! He'll go down as well. They can't get the morphling out. They're all on Keizu. Stay exactly where you are and think about what you did. Complexity. They take 3. The support's the only ones left alive. I think Yamator's going to try and make a little bit more space. He's going to go on and play here on Swindles on the mid lane, turning on the silence. He needs to find the kill to try and slow down anything, as Swindles actually going to go down to Magnetize. Ticking, and boom. He'll drop down. Yamator gets some level of freedom. The Necro Books may claim his life in return, especially when he kills him. He'll take the money, but he'll die for the cause. It may have been just long enough for Complexity not to take a full GG here.
To Escape's net worth, not even really seeming close to what Complexity's net worth was, despite it not really being that out of hand for most of the game, man. I think a rather underwhelming performance from Kedger this game. He was up against a very difficult Batrider lineup, but I still think there's always something you can do with that.
So yeah, trying to have a play here. Syndra doesn't have an ultimate, so Casey just BKBs and lassos. He's buying time. In 2 seconds they come back up, and they BKB, TP out Chessie. Hanskin He's going to be the sacrificial lamb for complexity, but you don't really care. Hanskin will drop that you managed to get megas.
I think that was the only time he's lassoed the Oracle routine.
And GG, escape from Fallen. They say there is no more joy to be had here. Complexity, they definitely didn't do it smoothly though. Complexity had like that one push that went down the mid has got a couple of question marks to be had. Like, do they overstay their welcome? Is this just first game jitters as well coming out from Complexity?
I think the levels, like level 7 Beastmaster kit was more important and really slowed them down a lot. But I think overall very solid play from Complexity. They had a game plan, and I think Escape Strike was a little bit weak, in particular the Queen of Pain on Quickbow. We see him on a scaling hero, but